because I can't think of anything else to do. Let's see if I could see about getting into here. Hello there. How do I get in? What are you doing down here? Basement is for staff only. I just need to get into the treasure vault. Not allowed. Our show specifically asked me to keep out nosy guests like you. Alright, skill check. I could either lie, intimidate, or persuade. And my skills, that doesn't sound like my best skill set. Yeah, my best skill set, unfortunately, is diplomacy. And apparently that doesn't intimidate. Yeah, no, that's not going to get anywhere. Persuade. Is there a persuasion skill? What's a persuasion skill? And is that? I'll try persuasion. Please, the Baroness sent me after Russia. There's an urgent matter that she requested help with. What? I never went to interfere with Her Majesty's plans. Please tell her I got in the way. Okay, we can keep this between us.
The head waiter explains that OSHA told him not to allow anyone into the treasure vault. However, you're able to persuade the goblin to unlock the door for you.
Okay, it must have been my diplomacy skill must have worked for that. All right.
Water elementals flood out of the treasure vault to confront the intruders.
Right. Okay, well. Aho! Look at that. So that. Well, that answers my question as to where the. Oh. Where that's located.
You hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever.
Well, let's go to the painting. Yeah, let's go. All right. Now that we've got that done, let's now head upstairs because that must mean that both of those crystals. I certainly wasn't expecting the second crystal to be in the treasure vault. Hold on. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yes, typical Pineleaf fashion. Let's go through this door, right? I hope so. The court advisor stares off into the distance. At the sound of your footsteps, he jolts, turns around, and lets out a dejected sigh. Hello? Oh, great. You leave the party and the party follows. What do I have to do to be alone in this place? The Baroness sent me after you to get the garden key. No, 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 no. The Prince of Frost cannot, under any circumstances, see that flower. Trust me, I know what is best for the Prince and the Baroness. If I allow you to enter the yard, there will be chaos. All I want is to help the Baroness get the Frosted series flower out of the courtyard. Wouldn't that be a good thing? I don't know what the Baroness is thinking in entrusting this matter in the likes of you, but if she wills it, I will comply. Oh, thank goodness I got a diplomacy skill in this character. Here's the key. It'll open either the two doors on the ground level that lead out into the garden. The Frosted series is blooming in the center. Just go in, grab the flower, and get out. I would also prefer that you leave the palace altogether, right? Yes, I think we understand each other.
OSHA hands you a key. He tells you that the frosted cerise flower can be found in the center of the Aurora Garden, but warns you not to let the true nature of your visit become gossip fodder for the other guests.
I'll make sure of that. Now, this should lead into the garden, right?
You step out into the snowy garden. A peculiar patch of grass grows in its center, along with a flower that emanates a magical, chilly aura.
Alright, I better be careful about this. This flower hums with magical energy. This must be the bloom that you were sent to find, the frosted cherries. With this, you can perform the ritual to wake Lord Arden. What happens if I pick the flower? Probably something very nasty.
The flower crumples away into nothing in the palm of your hand and instantly regrows in the soil. The newly sprouted flower glows blindingly for a moment, and, unexpectedly, a shockwave rocks the palace.
Well, that probably wasn't the best idea then. So I need to do it in a way I need to be able to pick the flower without touching it. That's what I'm going to have to do. Now, how do you pick a flower without touching it? Well, that's going to take some thinking. Maybe something inside one of the barrels? I didn't think so. Alright, is there something else in this place that could help in any way to pick the flower without causing it to rumble all throughout the area? Oh, let's get out of here.
The door refuses to budge. There must be something blocking it from the other side. You need to find another way out of the garden.
Presume this is the same problem?
The door refuses to budge.
Ooh.
There must be something blocking it from the other side. You need to find another way out of the garden.
Ooh, we got a problem. Any portraits in here? Yeah, just a little portrait of the Baron. No. Hold on. Sheet of ice. Oh. Ah! Stairway up. Well, something tells me this is not the best. Up. Haha. Right? Well. Okay. Oh, there, like that. All right, now. Sheet of ice. Ah! Let's see if I can get to the ballroom this way. Well. Anything happen?
To your surprise, the ballroom is now covered in twisting vines and familiar flowers.
I thought I eradicated those flowers a millennia ago. But now they're everywhere.
Snarls the Prince of Frost.
Outlander, you will fix this, or I'll turn you into a block of ice.
Okay. Now, maybe some of the nobles will have any idea of what I can do to do that. The prince is quite formidable, isn't he? I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of his icy temper. In that case, maybe you wouldn't mind answering a question for me? I'm looking into the flowers for him. By all means, ask away. Are there any strange guests in the party tonight? There are a few nobles here tonight that I don't recognize. Now then, what were their names? Lord Beryl and, I believe, Dame Allegra. Beryl and Allegra. How do I find Beryl and Allegra? Sir Snowdrift is quite the busybody. Surely he'll know more information. You should be able to ask him find him surrounded by other fellows of the Gamester's Lounge.
Lady Lazuli informs you that there were only 2 Eladrin nobles she didn't recognize in attendance tonight. She knows who can tell you more. Sir Snowdrift, the resident social butterfly of the Prince of Frost's court.
Alright. I think this is the... Oops. Oh, hello. You're kidding me. All right. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that either. Hmm. Now, we were looking for party guest, guest, party guest. Let's see. Just, most of these are just generic party guests. Ah, Sir Snowdrift. Hello there. Another lost lamb left wandering the party in need of conversation. Fear not, my friend. You have been found. You must be Sir Snowdrift. Guilty as charged, and you are Pine Flask, right? I've heard a lot about you, and I of you. I hear that you're the one to talk about the other nobles, who's who, in the Prince of Frost court. Specifically, I'm looking for a Lord Beryl and Dame Allegra. Oh, you've come to the right place. I fear that Lord Beryl escorted Dame Allegra tonight, and I have only seen him alone, guzzling enough wine to fill a small pond. I would tell you how to find the lady, but to be told, I don't know what she looks like. She's new to our corner of the prince's court. Come from the north, I hear. But Lord Barrow has seen her and knows how I can find her, correct? Precisely. Like I said, he drinks enough to topple a unicorn. He's likely skulking by the cellar kitchen trying to steal another bottle. Yes, now if you'll excuse me, the lords and ladies to entertain.
So Snowdrift tells you that Lord Beryl was last seen slinking off to the kitchen in search of a fresh bottle of wine. Then he shoos you out of his crowd of adoring nobles.
All right, so let's then head over to the kitchen and see what I can find out there. And, oh, hello. I'm not exactly all that surprised that happened. Now, to the kitchen. Oh, it looks like we got more of these needle blights. So I have to deal with them. Whee! Now, right, this is where the kitchen is, isn't it? Or did I get these things all confused with one another? Oh, yeah, here it is. That means Lord Beryl. Who you? I'm not stealing. I'm just borrowing this bottle. Yes. You knew something from me? Yes. I'm looking for Lady Allegra. Do you know where she is? What's it to you? That there lady was my date to the shindig, so pause offer. You hear me? Yeah, I'm not interested in filling her dance card. I'm looking for the source of the flowers, and she's the only person here no one has seen. Aside from you, that is. I don't know anything about flowers, but Allegra gave me the boot after the Prince of Frost's little outburst. She told me to entertain myself while she explored the palace. She said she wanted to see the Prince of Frost's quarters. I tried to tell her she should stay with the party, but she wouldn't listen. All right.
Lord Beryl says that Dame Allegra has gone to explore the Prince of Frost's quarters. Speaking with her is the next step in solving this plant puzzle.
I hope so. Now, let's find the Prince of Frost's quarters and... Well, there are frosted cerise all over the place, it looks. I suspect that if I picked that up, it would be a bit of a problem. And we know that the Prince of Frost doesn't exactly like those flowers. I'm assuming. Oh, okay, well, nothing happens. I was expecting something more violent than that, but all right. I should be happy that was enough. Ah, the Prince of Frost's quarters.
An Eladrin noble stands at the base of the stairs that lead to the Prince of Frost's quarters. This must be Dame Allegra, the mysterious newcomer you're looking for.
Hello there, Dame. Hello there. You're Dame Allegra, right? Lord Beryl told me where you would be. Lord Beryl was so kind to escort me tonight. As I'm new to this part of the Prince of Frost domain, I'm afraid I've yet to make many friends here. Just as you said, I'm Dame Allegra. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure is all mine, I'm sure. I'm assuming you heard about the flowers popping up all over the palace. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you? As a matter of fact, I did see someone planting something in the garden. It must have been the frosted cerise. Sadly, I didn't get a good look at their face before I returned to the ballroom, and I never saw anything strange with the other guests. However, I am very adept at examining the traces left behind from magic. Perhaps if we return to the spot where I saw them, it will become clear. All right, I'll meet you there in the
Dame
garden.
Allegra saw a hooded stranger plant the frosted cerise in the garden. She bids you to follow her there, so she can help you search for clues about the culprit.
We'll find out when she comes and attacks me. Now let's get into the garden. At least I can get in now.
Dame Allegra stands in the center of the garden. She lets out a low chuckle.
Ah, how did you like my little prank? It was good fun. Riling up that gloomy prince always entertains my master here some.
Oh, Candace!
Allegra transforms before your eyes. You recognize her new form as Cadence, the night hag, who caused such trouble for the gatekeepers back in Stormreach.
Happy to see me, dearie? Good. It'll be for the last time.
Cadence pants.
I think that's enough taunting for one day. I'll let my pretty petals finish you off.
With a mad cackle, she vanishes. In her place, a shambling mound rises to attack. The mass of flowers and vines crumbles into ash, yet it leaves behind one last frosted cerise flower.
Well, that was weird. Now, can I pick this up this time, or is that going to give weird results? This flower hums with magical energy. Yes.
You pluck the frosted cerise flower from the snow. This time, the bloom stays in the palm of your hand, instead of crumpling away into nothing. Return to the Baroness to tell her what happened.
Yeah. Let's return to her. This is gonna be weird to explain. Apparently a hag was behind all of this. So, one of Hirsam's old crones managed to infiltrate our celebration after all? It's comforting to know some things never change. Of course, if he ever decided he wanted to stop making my duties more difficult, I would wholeheartedly support his decision. As a thanks for your help, feel quite free to choose something from our stockpiles. Quite a few Fae tend to forget about their belongings over the course of a night of dancing, and never bother to seek out what they lost. It's somewhat annoying, actually. I'll also add, although he would never admit it, you did us a favor by taking care of Candace's scheme. We Fae don't take that lightly. Should you ever return to these parts, I'll be glad to see you again, as long as you don't bring any trouble along with you. Yes, I can take that hint.
Though the prince himself would never admit to it, the Baroness tells you he is in your debt for thwarting the Night Hag's scheme. And now that you have the frosted cerise, you're one step closer to waking Lord Arden.
One step closer to waking Lord Arden. Alright, that's... Oh well. Now, let's get back. Let's get back to a warmer place. I have returned with the flower. This is exactly why I steer clear of the reception balls. Just when you think it'll be a nice, calm evening spending time with friends and loved ones, the prince throws a tantrum and the palace becomes the stage of yet another one of the Arc-Fae's silly pranks. I hope you enjoyed yourself in any case. The other nobles and I pulled together some wares we haven't been using as a thanks for cleaning up the mess. I hope they're worth your while. Well, thank you, Lady Borealis. And now let's see if anything here is worth my while. Daunting Tiara of Spell Sight. Well, I would prefer a more diplomatic helm or something like that. Ooh. Shocking light crossbow of critical piercing. Yes, I think that will do. Yes, I think this will do quite well. Well, that was quite an adventure. Hello there, I got the flower. What an absolute delight, getting to see such a rare flower from another part of our realm. Were it not such a short supply, I would ask you to hold it. But I mustn't get so carried away. Another time. In 100 years, perhaps? Alright. Yes, perhaps. But that's it for that. So what's next? We have to find that out in the next episode of Piney Plays The Alchemist.